So, welcome guys to another session. So, in this session, we are going to look at basically all about Celery and the cron jobs. Okay, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so first of all, as we know, whenever we are trying to create a new Python application, always it's best practice to create a virtual environment. And how do we do that? P by hyphen m v n v. The env is nothing but the name of the virtual environment. I'm just going to create the virtual environment. It'll just take some little bit of time because basically see here already the env the environment folder has been created, so it's basically writing all the files when we run this command. Okay, so why do use a virtual environment is basically like in your system you can be developing a lot of applications, right? For example, you can say like project one is something regarding data science and project two is something regarding your um, some web development. Okay, so data science will have different kind of requirements for basically numpy and pandas, something like that. And then if you go to a web development application, you will be having some other different library dependencies, right? So to keep these dependencies or as a single package, so that's why we use this virtual environment. Now that it is already here, let's go and activate it. So how do we do it? So basically you just need to env. Okay, I press a tab, then it autofills scripts. I just press a S and then press a tab. Then I give A and then press a tab. It will automatically fill it. Okay. So env scripts activate. So now that we have activated the virtual environment, let's go and install all the requirements. Okay. So pip install Celery. Okay. Then since we are going to use Redis, so I give Redis, and then there'll be one more thing. So which is nothing but, hold on a second. Okay, let's go and install this first. Redis and Celery. And there are two more requirements which is required. I'll just take it right away. Yeah. So basically I'll just create a requirements txt file. So here I can do Celery, and it was Redis. Then third one is basically event led. So I have already created a video on that. Why do we need this event led? Sometimes the tasks that are received by the Celery, it won't get completed. You won't get the response of its completing. So the event led will basically handle those uh, errors or bugs. Okay, so that's the third thing. And yeah, this should do the work. One more thing, install and let. Okay, so now that it has been installed, so the main thing that you need to get this done is basically, let's go and open a WSL. Okay, here we need to run the Redis server. Okay, how do we do that? So this is the command sudo services redis hyphen server start. Okay, let me just create a cmds.txt. Okay, what was the first command that we did? Create a full env. How did we do that? Okay, this is how you do that. So second command is basically activate the virtual environment. I use this GitHub Copilot. So are you able to see this? So this Copilot will basically give us autofill like the suggestions. It's really great. You guys should also try it. So if you are a student of IIT Madras, so we have the GitHub student developer pack for which we get these for free. If you are not a student of IIT Madras, then if you don't have a student account, basically, then you would have to pay like $10 per month. So some of the perks of being an IT Madras. Okay. So what was the next thing? So in WSL, start with this server. Okay. So how do we do that? I'll just copy this also. We paste it. Ouch. Start. It's asking for my password because okay. See, now the Redis server has been started. Okay. Now let's go here and let's just create okay. So one more thing that you need to know is like Celery basically it works with something called as tasks.py because all these are like background tasks that we are talking about. So yeah. So what we need to do is from Celery, see, GitHub Copilot will help me do all those things. Okay. Then let's go and do the app config. Okay. App equal to. So the broker URL, we are not using this AMPQ. Instead, instead of that, we are going to use Redis. Okay. So let's have it like this. Then yeah, that's simple. Nothing else. And now let's start defining our task. Okay, just like how we do Flask, right? Same way, app.task. Okay, def add y. Let's take two parameters. Then let's just return spike. So far so good. Now that we have all these things, uh, how do we actually run it? Okay, so let's go and start our Celery. So the command for that is basically both pointers start Celery worker. Yeah, they have already, it has already pre-filled, but let's just see the difference of what my command does and then the command that it has. Okay, so here it says Celery worker dot Celery, right? So this is basically the module name. Here we have the tasks, right? So those can be replaced with tasks, nothing with the file name. So if you have this tasks instead of some other directory or folder, then that's you just need to modify it accordingly. See, that's all. Now hyphen p, I told you now. Hyphen p event let this will make our tasks complete. Okay, so that's it. So I'll just copy this and paste it here. Enter. Yeah. So if everything is perfect, okay, so we'll get our whatever the task that we have given, it will come here. See, tasks.add. So tasks is the file name and add is the thing. Okay, and it's saying that cannot connect to Redis, blah blah blah. Okay, so it's saying like that. Let's just check that why it is not able to. Let's just stop it. Okay, so we can try with this. 0.1. Let me try running it again. Huh. So here it is working. Okay, so instead of localhost, it's like 127. Okay, so and it says connected to Redis. Okay, so the thing is, if we don't have the Redis server on, so for example, how do we stop it? I just need to give stop. This is how you stop Redis server, and see, it will start throwing errors saying that cannot connect to Redis, connection closed by the server. It will keep on retrying. So that's why it's we should start the Redis server. So I'm starting it again. So server is up. Now let's just run it again, and here you go. Okay, so it's connected, and boom. Okay, now okay, what is the Celery? What is the main purpose of this? Okay, so main purpose of Celery is to send the tasks to background. Okay, do some background tasks. Let's consider this is our main.py, and from tasks, let's import add function. Okay, so I'm just gonna call, let's call that add of 1, 3. Okay, this is good. Okay, I'll just tell you more on this. Let's just go ahead with this. Okay, so let's put x equal to this x. Okay, this is not the right way. This is not going to take us take this task to background. I'll just show you that. Py main.py. We got the answer as 4. Okay, so let's say that we have some functions which will take, for example, 20-30 seconds. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay, def let's say like 20-second function, or it should not start with a numbers, right? Okay, so let's just give a 20-second function. Okay, so let's just make this function to run for 20 seconds. Okay, so how do we do that? Import time. I'm just going to make that function sleep. Time dot time sleep 20 seconds. Okay, return. I waited 20 seconds. Super. It's giving me more nice suggestions. Okay, so let us stop this and then rerun this so that we'll make sure that we have like two functions. No, I'm not able to see it because we did not add this. Should add that so that it will recognize it as a Celery task. Okay, now let's just verify it again. Yeah, see. So since we added this decorator about around that, so we are able to see these two things. Okay. Now let's go to main.py. So this, okay. So let me run that. Y equal to, okay, let's import that also. What was that? 20-second function. 20-second function. Okay. I'm gonna print all. Super. I just really love that. So let's run this thing. See, now our first function, which is add, it got executed like immediately. So this function, it will take like 20 seconds for it to complete, right? And until that, this won't even come to this print statement. Okay, or whatever. Let's say like we have like another 100 lines of code. Usually we used to have, right? See, it took like 20 seconds and then only it got printed. Okay, now uh, what is a background task? Basically this task will be sent to background, okay, so that this the other lines of code can be executed without any waste of time. So how do we do that? Okay, so it's very simple. Just put dot delay. Okay, since it's already recognized by Celery, you just need to put dot delay, and now you see the magic. Okay, so also you need to see here, so far no logs, whatever, however we started, this is how it is. Now just see, if I just run this main.py, it says like quickly it gave all done. Okay, so but what happened to this function? This is supposed to run for 20 seconds. Does it even run? How would we know that? So we come here and see, this is the logs. So it says like at 17:45 there is a task. This is the function task dot this function. So it is receiving. It says it's completed. Look at this. See the exact time difference. So it's just like 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, so whatever we did, and it gave a response saying that I waited for 20 seconds. Okay, so basically this is what a background task. This is how you set the long jobs, or like jobs that take longer time, to be sent to background. Okay, now this is done. Next, one more important thing that you can know about is basically scheduling of tasks. Okay, this is just sending it to background. Now let's talk about scheduling the jobs. Okay, how would we do that? So let's go back to tasks.py, and this Celery is also having one more feature, or one more function. So that is called Cronjob. Okay, coming here. So from Celery dot schedules imports Cronjob. Okay, now that is done. So let's start. Uh, so we also need to get our configs. So app config UTC. I'm disabling it and then setting the time zone to Asia Kolkata. Okay, now that is done. Okay, so these are all the tasks that we have. next what we need to do is see this app on after configure connect. Okay, so once we run the Celery, okay, um so as soon as this is up, it will start checking the time whether it is able to do it or not. Okay, let us go with one function at a time. Okay, so what is this? So it's receiving an argument sender. Okay, sender dot add periodic task. So ignore this. So this is basically the function that we are going to call, and let us call add function, huh? Or okay, let's call the add function. Add. Okay, so add, and it receives two parameters, right? So let's say like 2 comma 4. So what it means that this is a periodic task, like every 10 seconds add something, add 2 comma 4, and this is the name of add every 10 seconds. Okay, so let's save this. And okay, so for this to work, okay, so you need to have one more thing, which is the Celery beat running. Okay, what is a Celery beat? Celery beat is basically something which will keep on checking whether the time is there or not, like the required time is, whether we have reached the time. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Celery hyphen, this is the command, and it says it is starting, and let's just wait for it start. So this again, this tasks is nothing but the tasks.py file. Okay, meanwhile, okay, huh. So let us stop this, and then we run this so that we get the background tasks running up. This is there, and so we are doing it again. Let's just wait for some time so that it is doing it. Okay, maybe I missed something. Let's just try with this. I'm stopping it. I'm stopping the beat also. Okay, it is up. This should start immediately. Huh. I think this is important. When we have a schedule, dot s is required. Okay. Sending due task at every 10 second. Okay. The add every 10. Right. Okay. Now we go back here, and after every 10 second, you get this. See it exactly. Okay. So now that we understood that, see, every 10 seconds, this particular thing is gonna get printed. Okay. So all right. Let me just stop this for some time. Okay, so this is periodic. Okay, here you can give in basically, if it is okay, it's not showing here. Here you can basically set in the number of seconds after which it needs to repeat, so that it repeats after that particular time. Okay, so let's set one more function. Okay, before that, I'll just add one more task. Okay, I'm just gonna name it as a test task. Okay, so what does it do? It just prints whatever argument we are passing, it just prints it. Okay. And I'm gonna call this function. Here you go. It is so test.s, and it's like every 30 seconds, it's just gonna say world, and it expires. Let's see that. Okay, now again, see, look at this. Every 10 seconds, let's keep on doing that. Let's just turn this on. So basically, if you just turn this beat on, it's more than enough. But you won't be able to see the result of it. Let's just wait and see. It's already says that every 10 seconds, it has it is sending. This is basically the sender of the background task. Okay, but if you want to see the output of it, you need to come here and then run that Celery workers, so that it will give you all those. It will just show you when did we send this first one. So the first one was sent at 52:23. If you come here, okay, since we have already, like, we did this a little bit late, so it has received so many things. Okay, so what is this? So every, maybe, okay, look at this, 53. So we started the server at 23, and at 53 we got this. Let's wait, see again. So at 23, this world, it is sending view task dot test. Now let's go there and see, it is printing world every time, every 30 seconds it's printing world. Okay, now the next wonderful thing is that you guys might be asking, how would I set so this is fine, like every 30 seconds. So this basically, it is not a schedule, it's just a repetition, right? Like whenever I start the application, so let's say that my task is to, send a good morning message at every day 6 a.m. Okay, how would I do that? So for that, I need to start the application at 6 a.m., right? Then only, like, I can have a period task like that. But that is not what is likely thing to do, right? So we also have something called as cron tab. I'll just show you that here. See? Send, um yeah. So this is not happy Mondays. Okay. So sender, same add period task. So now and let's make it to 55. Okay. And it's gonna say happy. Okay. Let's just stop this and the scheduling Celery beat also. I'm just gonna run this again now before it reaches 55. Let's just wait. Oh, wow! Thank God we did it on right time. But don't worry, I'll just make this to 56 again in case you did not notice that. Exactly at 5:56, it's gonna send this message, and this is going to be like every day. Let's just wait for that. 10 seconds, sending the add task. 26. Hmm. World. Okay. 6. 56. We got the two things. Huh. See, look at this. Exactly at 56, 5:56, it is sending the message. Happy. Okay. We can go here. Yeah, we just need to call it, right? I forgot to do that. But let's just see whether we are able to get all those messages. See, it's still whatever it was there. If we are able to see all the past messages also, but the time will be like this. Fine. So we got this. So that's how you schedule a task. And don't worry, like there are more schedules available. This is not the exact only thing.